One of my favourite places and times of year is Dalmatia in September. The peak season has passed and the locals start to relax a little bit. The temperatures come down, there's not as much traffic, and really it's a time when people can really appreciate the magic of Dalmatia. And we've been on the road all day today. We've been filming in Ploče, and we've come to Bol, which is famous for Zlatni Rat, the famous beach of course. And we're going to take a look over the next day or so, looking at Bol after the summer beyond Zlatni Rat, because there is really quite a lot of magic here. And we're here, and tonight there's a fantastic atmosphere. A very famous group, Daleko Obala, which means the far coast, playing live up in the town, as you can see here. Great, really good atmosphere. And so Dalmatia doesn't die in September. It's actually the best time to visit. There's a lot going on, and someone like Bol is a fantastic place to be. Gastronomy, of course, is one of the main reasons a lot of people go on holiday, to try different foods and stuff. If you come to Bol out of season, there's really quite a fantastic offer. So we're here today at Taverna Riva, which I'm told is one of the top restaurants in the town. And just from the first glass of wine, I thought this is a little bit different. So here we have a bottle called Moje Vino, My Wine. And it's the only time I've ever heard of a cuvée of the king of Dalmatian white wine, Poship, and the queen of Istrian wine, Malvasia. And it's put together and it's made by the main winemaker in Stina, the winery next door. And I have to say, very fruity and refreshing. As for the food here, I mean, take a look at this starter here, from octopus to tuna to shrimp. Absolutely outstanding presentation, very, very delicious. But the real star was the spider crab gnocchi, which I again never tried before. Was absolutely fantastic. And then we finished with the Dalmatian classic of goff, amberjack, with the mixture of blitva and potatoes. And you know, I'm ready for a siesta, but unfortunately we have to work. But you know, top recommendation. And just the vibe in this town at this time of year is fantastic. You know, the waiters are a lot more chilled than in the season, and it's a really, really great time to come. One of the most impressive things for me looking at Bol is the traffic management. So you have all these tourist boats that come in from places like Makarska, and they're immediately met by this tourist train which takes them straight out of the town and into Zlatni Rat, the beach, which is their #1 destination. And this train is in constant use throughout the summer. There are 2 of them, also with 2 in reserve just in case of breakdown. And they run from 9 o'clock in the morning in the season till 6 a.m. in the peak season. And now out of season it goes till about 6 or 7 p.m. or so. So it's a really sort of gentle and easy way to get to Zlatni Rat. And one of the nice things I like about it in the season is that Bol has a really progressive approach to nightlife. It welcomes all guests, of course. It has a really good open-air nightclub on Zlatni Rat, which is away from the town and doesn't really impact local residents at all. But in order to stop people like drunkenly singing on the way home, this train actually functions all through the night till 6 a.m. So people come on the train and then come back into town and then off to bed. The best train driver in Croatia.
Ciao.
And of course, no visit to Bol would be complete without a visit to Zlatni Rat itself. That is, of course, the most famous thing about the place these days. And it's a little bit surprising when you come here to what you see on the internet, because most of the images are from the air, and what you see is what looks like a very sandy beach. In fact, it's all very small pebbles. But when you come here, there are a number of pine trees that have been planted 40, 50 years ago by locals to bring a bit of shade. They're all facing towards Croatia, probably because they want to move there, obviously because of the wind and so on over the time. What it's created is this whole subculture of entertainment area. You've got yoga, massages, you've got things for kids, you've got cocktail bars, you've got restaurants, and it's a very, very chilled vibe. And so you've got about 6,500 people come here every day, apparently. I think the capacity is about 20,000. And so this is what people come for. It's super nice. Locals tend not to come here in the summer because obviously it's a bit too crowded, they go elsewhere. Super chill place to be, and the number one attraction for people coming to Bol. Personally, I think there's a lot more going on in the town itself, but we have to show what's in the tourist destinations. Croatia is known as a sun and sea destination, and so here we are in Bol, which is home to the most famous beach in all of Croatia, and what a joy to find such a great, rich cultural program. Welcome to the Brač Summer Festival, and we're here in the cultural centre here, and I'm joined by Ivana Bošković, who is the director of the Bol Croatian Summer. And what I really love is here we have a fantastic thing. It's Brač Stone with a QR code, where you get all the events, and this is updated every single year. So you can take this and it will be updated next year when you come to Bol. And here is Ivana telling you a little bit more about what's happening culturally in Bol.
So welcome to Bol Cultural Center Gallery. We now have the exhibition of the local artist Roko Matjašić. This is the last exhibition of the exhibition cycles that we have of Bol Summer Festival. This was the 35th Bol Summer Festival. Our events begin in early June and end of September. Last night we had a farewell summer party. This is actually an official closing of Bol Summer Festival. The main events are always Bol Summer Night every Wednesday, music in the street, klapa singing every week, new exhibitions every 15 days, classical concerts, theater in our summer theater behind the building, festivals, graffiti festival, poetry festival, video art festival. I think we really had something for everyone almost every night for 3.5 months, almost 4 months. So we are happy that Bol Summer Festival offers not only sun, Zlatni Rat and the sea, but also a lot of culture. Now, at the end of September, we will not stop with everything. We will still have poetry, new exhibition, lectures, theater for kids, but it will not be called Bol Summer Festival. Now we will be Bol Autumn or Bol Winter, but we surely will continue to live with culture. But we really have something to offer on the rainy days, and this is our building of the cultural center. This year we are celebrating 110 years of the opening. This is known as a Bol living room. The locals come here every day playing cards, bingo, the ballet, all the activities are upstairs, but in the summer we use it for great cultural events. So I think in Bol people can discover a lot of other great things.
While most of Bol tourism and Bol gastronomy is based on the actual coast itself with excellent seafood, as we've already seen, head a little bit inland and taste one of the real specialities of the island, which is Brač lamb. And we're here at Konoba Dishbet, which is a traditional family restaurant which has been in the family for some generations. We're having butalats, which is the sort of thigh area of the lamb, and you can see it slowly cooking behind us. And this is like the last night we're here, and this really is traditional sort of farewell, fantastic quality, and just the atmosphere here. You can see above all these traditional, the wine press here, and then just above all these different trinkets and stuff. It's got a real lovely feeling, and you've got the vine leaves above giving natural shade. And also, it's not just about the lamb, of course. If you look over here, we have fantastic grilled fish. So completely different vibe from actually on the coast, and this is more of a traditional Brač feeling for me, and I'm really looking forward to dinner. One of the great additions to Bol tourism in the last 15 years has been the winery Stina. As you come into the town, especially by boat, right in the centre, you'll see this magnificent old building with the year 1903. This is the first cooperative here in Bol, way back then. And it was taken over in 2009, and a new winery called Stina was founded, which focuses on really, really high quality wine. And today, if you go to Stina to the wine tasting, it really has become part of the cultural centre of life in Bol. They have these wonderful little tables outside, you can sit on the beach, and it's a really good social place to come in the evening. But what people perhaps don't understand when they come to Bol and taste the wine is the love, passion and effort that it really does take to make quality wine in Dalmatia, this very, very unforgiving, harsh terrain. So we're here just on the way to Morovica. We took a right and we went on a four-wheel drive almost directly up. It was pretty terrifying for somebody who's quite scared of heights like I am. And now we're in this little vineyard called Stepancici, which was planted first in 2009 by Stina. It's one of the premium Plavat products. I think it retails about 65-70 euros. And looking at the effort that goes into actually producing these grapes, it's absolutely worth the money. Incredible views. You've got the island of Far just behind it, and just look here at the sheer steepness of these vineyards. And Plavat Mali is one of those grapes that really, with steep soil, it really does tend to benefit places like Zlatni on Hvar. And so I have to say, it's September, the weather's beautiful, a great company, amazing views, and just one more aspect of Bol throughout the year, which is quite magnificent. One of the things I really liked about staying here is the hotel Blue Sun Group are a really strong hotel group. I was living 13 years in Jelsa on Hvar, and back in the 1980s, Jelsa, which is joined by catamaran to Bol, was a much stronger destination with bigger numbers. And in the last 20 years, Bol has really sort of flown. A large part of that has been good destination management, good branding, but it's also been the arrival of the Blue Sun Group, who really lifted all the hotels up to the 4-star level. And so, you know, they've got all these sort of wellness and sporting 30 tennis courts here. It's incredible. And just a nice little touch for families who come here. It's the only 10-pin bowling alley in any Croatian island. And this is the land of bocanje, which is the local sort of bull game. And so to have this sort of thing here has given us a bit of an idea for a cultural manifestation, which we're going to discuss with the tourist board director tonight. And hopefully you'll see it in the programme next year. But fantastic destination. We really enjoyed ourselves. Apart from the Temple of Stina, my absolute favourite place on Bol is this wonderful shaded, tree-lined walkway which connects Zlatni Rat, the famous beach, the hotels, to the town itself. And this is 12 months a year. You can come in the winter here, you can sit on these benches and just chill and just be at one with the waves. You've got the sea constantly there. During the summer they have lots of kids entertainment, as you see here. You've got access to beaches, you've got bars, restaurants and so on. And it's been beautifully preserved and maintained. And one of the things that I notice is, you know, a lot of people walking and cycling, so it really gives that sort of healthy sort of feeling to Bol here, and you're completely disconnected from the rest of the town, and it's a really nice separation between the famous beach where a lot of the action is and the town itself. But what a wonderful piece of nature that people can just enjoy for free. So there we are, 3 days in heaven really, in late September in Bol. Behind me you see the famous Zlatni Rat beach. That's the reason why everybody comes. We made a very brief stop there just to check it out, because absolutely everything else and all the magic is well away from it. Along this wonderful tree-lined walkway here into town, this is a destination which is really confident in what it is and what it has to offer beyond Zlatni Rat. From the Temple of Wine in Stina, as soon as you come off the boat, you get the message that this is a town of wine and tradition with a 1903 building there. And also what you see is that fantastic slogan, the best slogan I've ever seen in tourism anywhere, Symbol of the Adriatic, with the Zlatni Rat beach. It's a very active destination as well. You see a lot of cyclists. They have over 30 tennis courts close to the hotels over here, and they have international tennis tournaments even for the over 75s going on at the moment. And so it just feels like a really healthy place. The food has been really exceptional, both in the seafood and the lamb last night was amazing. I lived for 13 years, 25 minutes by catamaran in Jelsa, and I've been watching the story of Bol grow over the last 20 years, and it's one of the destinations, I think, which is really moving in the right direction. And I think the hotels have made a huge difference here. The Blue Sun, when they came here about 20 years ago. The hotels themselves, very good quality. The wellness in Elafuza was named as the best in Croatia at one point a few years ago. And so there's a lot of content here for all the family. It's a lot of content here for active tourism, a lot of content for wine tourism, for foodies and so on. And it's just a really beautiful natural place to be. And I encourage you to look at coming to Bol after the summer and beyond Zlatni Rat, because it's quite magical.